Mastering the BRRR strategy using Belmont House as a flagship case study. What is BRRR? Buy, you acquire the property that you want to refurbish. So this can be done in a number of ways. You can purchase it outright. You can purchase it at auction. You can purchase it privately. You can acquire the property using a joint venture. The property owner puts the property into the joint venture and you then develop it. So many ways of acquiring properties, and we use all of these. The case study is actually a property acquired from a vendor. It's a closed down nursing home, and we're acquiring it using vendor finance. We can go into the financing of this project on a different occasion, but this is the subject property, a 12,000 square foot closed down nursing home that we will be converting to 8 one-bedroom flats and 5 one-bedroom bungalows, subject to planning permission. The property is owned by the vendor until we acquire it, subject to planning permission. And we have a letter of support from the local authority to carry out specialised supported housing. So this is housing of vulnerable and disabled people in this property. So we also have a registered care provider lined up with heads of terms of a lease agreed, so that we can go in and carry out all the refurbishment to the registered care provider specifications. Once the work is completed, we hand over to the registered care provider and they will operate this building as specialised supported housing for vulnerable and disabled people in Bodmin area. So refurbishment, this is the detail, this is the implementation of the design for the new one-bedroom flats. These are each 45 square meters each for the one-bedroom flats and 60 square meters each for the one-bedroom bungalows. And this is the upgrade of the existing building and refurbishment to suit the new purpose, specialised supported housing. Renting, in this case, we've got a long-term lease, 15-year full repairing and insuring lease with an option to extend for a further 5 years. So we don't have to worry about who to find to rent these apartments to. We don't have to worry about void periods. This is all taken care of in a 15-year full repairing and insuring lease. And the rental amount is pre-agreed, £330 per week per unit. And this increases year on year by the cost of living index up to 4%. Refinance, once we've refurbished and converted the property to flats and bungalows, then we will refinance for the long term. So the 15-year full repairing and insuring lease term, the property will be refinanced at its new value. So we're buying at £800,000. We're spending approximately £1.2 million on the building, refurbishment and conversion. And the gross development value, bricks and mortar basis, will be 3.1 million. And the commercial basis of the 15-year full repairing and insuring lease will be 3.5 million. Why most BRRR investors fail. Overplaying acquisition. You actually overestimate the value of the existing property because you may overvalue the price of the converted or refurbished property. You may also underestimate the refurbishment cost. This is quite a common thing because sometimes it's not very apparent what all of the works are going to be. If you're doing refurbishment works, there may be hidden costs. Asbestos removal is one high cost activity. Rot in dry rot or wet rot in either floors or in the roof space. And also the management of the construction process may not be as close as is necessary to bring the project in on the exact figures that you initially estimate. So it's no real surprise. This is a common thing, particularly refurbishment projects are very difficult, notoriously difficult to fully estimate. So that's why we use our Alpus framework. We have a 5-stage framework whereby we analyze the acquisition of the property, including all the costs. There may be conditions to acquisition, such as I described, meeting planning permission obligations for Belmont House is one example. If we don't get the planning approval, then we don't proceed with the purchase. Leverage our expertise. We've got more than 100 years of expertise in our development team. This is especially from the point of view of care homes in this particular case, because we're converted into a building with purposes care provision for vulnerable and disabled people. And we also have finance and ongoing management experience. Project design. We undertake a thorough design analysis of the project before we undertake it, so that all the risks are identified as early as possible and all of the pitfalls planned in terms of overcoming them. So planning stage, this project design stage, includes the planning approval, which may be permitted development. It's not in this case in Belmont House. It's a full planning approval because it's conversion of a nursing home into C3 residential B class. And then the final stage is after undertaking the design, i.e. implementing the design, we then give you safe secure investment returns. So this particular project is Belmont House, Love Lane, Cornwall. It's a landmark development opportunity in Cornwall, strategically selected because it's suitable for specialised supported housing. And there's a strong demand for this type of housing in Cornwall, and particularly in Bodmin. We have a letter of support from the local commissioner, and we are in the process of setting up the full repairing and insuring lease with the registered care provider. So the acquisition, we're purchasing the building under a conditional agreement. It's being arranged through vendor finance, and we exchanged contracts on it earlier in June. The design stage is advanced. We have preliminary drawings, and we've just prepared a pre-planning application to the local authority. And why Belmont House? Well, Belmont House is very suitable because it's a nursing home, so it provides 12,000 square foot of space on one site, and the conversion to 8 flats of 45 square meters each is possible in the main building, and there are already 5 bungalows in the grounds, so we're going to convert those to specialised supported housing use, and they'll soon be homes for vulnerable and disabled people. The target rental income is £220,000 per annum for the full complement of 8 flats and 5 bungalows. It's a 15-year full repairing and insuring lease with the registered care provider. So the registered care provider takes care of the building for us, and we get the benefit of the capital appreciation. It's an inflation-linked rent indexation, and the GDV is significantly more than the purchase price. Obviously, we're investing in the conversion of these existing building into the 8 flats and 5 bungalows, but the investment stacks up. Capital preservation and safeguards. Well, we already identified that we are doing a conditional arrangement on this purchase. The local authority want the accommodation, so it's extremely likely that the planning department, who sit in the same offices as the Specialised Supported Housing Commissioner, are going to approve this application. We know that there's verified local authority demand. This is a hot spot in the country for accommodation, critical shortage in Cornwall. We've got pre-agreed inflation-linked leases with the registered care provider, and we get the benefit of up to 4% per annum increase in the agreed rental amount. So it's £330 per week per unit. That's £220,000 per year for your year one, and then depending on the cost of living index, the rental amount increases every year. It's real asset-backed value. This is not a speculative development. We're not developing for sale or for rent. We have a full repairing and insuring lease in place, 15 years with the registered care provider. It's all under preparation of contract at the moment. Heads of terms are agreed. And so the architect is proceeding to design in accordance with the registered care provider specification for these units. And we've got a contractor lined up ready to do this work. It's actually an in-house contractor, and we'll be using this same contractor on all future developments in the Cornwall area and throughout the UK, subject to satisfactory performance on returns for cost and timeline. So leveraging expertise and project design, we've got expertise in this area of specialised supported housing, and so we're able to progress this project, which is quite a complex one to set up, with the in-house expertise we've got. We've got one expert care provider with a lot of contacts with care providers and specialised housing commissioners, and we've got design expertise through our local architect, project management and construction expertise. We have all this in-house. So we need to ensure that the supply chain for the refurbishment is in place, and that the construction work proceeds very quickly once we have the planning approval. So we've got probably 2 to 3 months before we get the planning approval. Then we've got 3 months to complete the purchase. And once we've done that, we can progress with the conversion to the 13 units in this 12,000 square foot building. The BRRR cycle requires a framework, and Alpus has a framework, 5-step framework, which we adopt on every project. What we're doing in this case is we're investing in an asset which is already in demand. So we're not speculating on this at all. We're not taking any void risk in terms of the future 15-year full repairing and insuring lease. This is all at the registered care providers' risk, because they need to provide the tenants to go into this building. We take the rent whether the unit is occupied or not. So if you're interested in carrying out investment in any of these sort of projects like Belmont House or similar projects, then don't hesitate to get in touch with me. That's Alan. You can contact me by emailing me at alan@alpusgroup.com or info@alpusgroup.com. You can check out our website, alpusgroup.com. You can telephone me 07539141257, or from outside the UK +44 7539141257. And you can also schedule a call with me at calendly.com/AlanJE. This is Alpus Group. We transform property value. Don't forget to like this video, comment on it if you've got any comments, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.